What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is Corey, or Autobot, and I'm here today bringing you guys a brand new video. Today, guys, I'm talking about 10 things wrong with Call of Duty World War II. Now, I know there's a lot more issues with the game, but I'm addressing the 10 that I've seen a lot of complaints about, I guess you could say, and Sledgehammer is really ignoring all of these complaints. But, without further ado, guys, let's get right into it. The first issue I'm going to talk about, guys, are the bugs in the game. Now, there's 2 bugs that have been present since launch, and I'm going to tell you right now, they fixed one of them, but it's making its return again in recent updates. And this one here is becoming worse and worse as it goes on because they neglect to fix it. The first issue, guys, I'm talking about is the Spectator Glitch. If you guys know what don't know what I'm talking about, you guys have probably heard people talking about it possibly, where you spawn into a game, you get into your game, and you select your loadout, and all of a sudden, you can't play. You're sitting there spectating your teammate for what could be 30 seconds, what could be a minute, or you may end up spectating them for so long that you get kicked for inactivity because you did not spawn in. This is an issue that was present at launch, and it sort of, I guess you could say, dissipated its way out because Sledgehammer started rolling out smaller fixes here and there, and it actually ended up being removed from the game altogether. And then in recent updates, it started to make its way back, and right now it's actually getting to the point where it was at launch, and we're now in June. The other issue is something that has been an issue since launch, and they have yet to even so much as address it. Now, to those of you guys that know what this bug is, you guys have probably been really frustrated by it because I've been kicked out of games because of it, where you get kicked out of the game because you're told you do not have a network connection. Now, I play on wireless, generally. I've tried playing on wired as well, and I get the same result. I get into a game, and actually you guys are going to see a few clips popping up here at some point of me playing the game, and me getting booted out of the game saying I have no network connection. But the thing is, I am in party chats, and and the thing is, you do not see that I had been removed from the party, or lost, or disconnected from the party due to a network error or anything of the sort. I only lost connection to the game, which brings it back to Sledgehammer. It is not my connection, it is on Sledgehammer's end. I've been live streaming, and it's been happening. My live streams never cut out when it happens. It is on Sledgehammer's end. And it hasn't been fixed since, well, it hasn't been fixed since launch, which is a huge, huge issue. And there's another issue that pertains to that later on in the video. The next issue, guys, is weapon balancing. Weapon balancing in this game is community driven, which is not how it should be. Treyarch and Infinity Ward sit down and they see, okay, X number of people using this gun, X number of people using this gun. Here are the statistics. Wow, this gun is way better than every other gun in the game. Let's, tone it back a little bit. This gun, this gun's the worst gun in the fucking game. Let's bring it up a little bit so more people use it, That's the sort of thing that they do. And Sledgehammer just sits there and they look at Reddit and they see what the 12-year-olds and the 40-year-old versions are whining about, and they go and they nerf it if enough people are actually whining about it. Oh, this gun needs to be buffed. Oh, nerf the snipers, or whatever, and they'll go and do it if enough people complain about it, which is absolute bullshit. It should not be community-driven. It should be at the discretion of the developers to nerf and buff weapons as they see fit. The next thing we're going to talk about, guys, is the DLC weapon system in the game with the supply drops. Now, I could talk about this for hours on end until I'm blue in the face, but the thing that I'm going to say right now, and this, I'm sure everyone can agree with me, when the DLC weapons come out, the base variant should be available to use right then and there. You should not have to wait a month and a half for it to come out. You should not have to be fortunate enough to pull it out of a supply drop. You should not have to craft anything to get it. When the weapon comes out, it should be there. I'm sorry. But this is it's 2018. Why are we locking things like it's fucking Mario Kart and you're trying to unlock a hidden cart? Like, it's not right. I'm sorry. But it needs to be, when the weapon comes out, the base variant should be available. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about, guys, is a huge, huge topic in the community, and that is the number of maps. We are now 2 DLCs in, getting on to our 3rd here soon, and we only have 17 maps in the game. Now, 2 of those were free DLC, Winter Carrington and Shipment, so we're going to leave those out. But not counting those 2 free maps, we only have 15 maps in the game, and that's with 2 DLC packs. We had 9 maps at launch. The number of maps in this game is so underwhelming, it is absolutely ridiculous. You guys had 3 years to make this game, and you guys can only come up with 9 fucking maps? For a World War II shooter? Give me a fucking break. The next thing I want to talk about, guys, is the division system. The division system I feel like Sledgehammer had the right idea when they were making this. However, on the same boat, they sort of kept you limited as to what you could do. Your creativity is very, very limited. The ability to being able to make your own loadouts is to be as creative as possible to make it suit your playstyle. With the division system, they really limited you to what you could do because you can only pick one basic training, which is what limits you the most. If you want to be able to run and gun and reload quick, well, guess what? You're using airborne and hustle. There you go. Problem solved, right? You're very, very limited as to what you can do, and I feel like that should not be the case for a shooter that's always been known for its creativity and being able to play the way you want. Now, the next issue is something that I've seen people do in Mythbusters videos, and it's talking about the character models. The character models in this game. Believe it or not, the women are shorter. If you guys may not believe me on this one, but it's actually true. The women are actually shorter in this game. I really don't know why that is, but to me, it's actually kind of funny, to say the very least. But I myself have started using female characters because they're shorter, so it's easier to get head glitches, and it's actually harder for them to hit you because you're shorter. So, just throwing that out there, if you guys want to have a little bit of an advantage in this game, use a female character so your character loses 3 to 4 inches of height. The next thing we're going to talk about, guys, is score streaks. Score streaks in this game, I really don't know what to say, except for the fact that there isn't a whole lot of variety, because all I really see right now are people running requisitions with paratroopers, fire bombing run, or regular bombing run, and ball turret gunner. That's about what I see because people are running requisitions because they're too bad at the game to actually play normally and earn regular streaks. I mean, I generally only run UAV, or recon, counter recon, and glide bomb or paratroopers. Those are the 4 that I run, but there isn't a whole lot of variety for streaks in this game, which is kind of disappointing because there are all kinds of options that you really could have, that they really could have put into this game with it being World War II. They could put like a tank barrage or something like that, instead, as well as an artillery. Like, they could have had so many different options with this game as far as streaks go. The next thing I'm going to talk about, guys, is the sensitivity system in this game. Now, there really isn't a whole lot that I can say. I'm just going to let the chart that I'm going to be putting up on screen right now speak for itself, and you guys can see right away where the issue lies. And if you guys can't, I'll put a little circles there for you. Now, the second to last issue sort of goes hand in hand with the last one as well, and that is the connection. The connection in this game is absolutely horrible. I'm sorry, it is. I am North America East. There's no reason why when I hop onto a game, I should be getting put into matches with people in fucking Asia or Europe. The connection in this game is absolutely terrible, and that is because once they added shipment, that's where people went. So the connection went to shit because it has to widen your search parameters outside of your region to find you a lobby. That's just my 2 cents on the matter, and I mean, that sort of ties in with some of the bugs that happen as well because the connection is so terrible. And the last issue with the game, because this is a shooter game where the connection is bad, the hit detection is also very, very bad. I'm going to have a couple clips pop up on screen just showcasing how bad the hit detection is. And yeah, that's really all I can say about this game, guys. Those are 10 things wrong with Call of Duty World War II. Everything in this game is just seeming to go downhill more and more with the more Sledgehammer does to things that don't really need to be fixed. But yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and make sure you click that bell notification. This way you guys get notified every time I upload a video. And I'll see you guys in my next video on Monday. And yeah, this is your boy Corey, or Autobot, and I'm out. Peace.
Yeah. Brassy girls everywhere. Titty ass hands in the air. So party over here.